Hi, it's just started raining. I'm on a mission today. Over the weekend, we got the astonishing news that Morrisons Cafe is doing breakfasts for half price. So, how can I resist? It's about 5 years since I've had one. When I first moved into this house, I went up there a couple of times. There were a couple of videos on my YouTube channel in sort of 2015. Just because I was amazed that I had my freedom back, that I could actually wander out the house, wander up to a cafe when I wanted, have breakfast and come back. No, I wasn't in prison. I was caring for my mum, and I couldn't leave the house, and she died basically, which set me free. Yeah, so we're going back up now. This is not health food. We are talking about an English cafe breakfast. So we are talking bacon, sausage, fried egg, baked beans, maybe a bit of fried bread, half a grilled tomato, something like that. It's not great, which is, basically why I gave up doing it. But, I can remember the cafe culture in Britain in the 70s, where it was really quite common to go to cafes and you'd have the guy there doing the fry-ups behind the counter. The cigarette hanging out his mouth, ash everywhere. Yeah, those are the days. The food was tastier, I think, because it was more artificial. But anyway, we're going to go up to Morrisons and try out this. I'm not recommending you make a habit of this, because really, everything's fried and it's not great. But that isn't the point of Morrisons. Morrisons provides a cheap breakfast anyway. They're in town, there are cafes you can go to. There's lots of cafes where you get an absolutely excellent breakfast. It'll cost you more, but it's a lot healthier, and because this is trad British food. Okay, I'll see you later. Right, well, here we are. I'm recording through the AirPods because I think I can be quieter. I've just been paid £4.10, and I've come away with a pot of tea, which looks like it's about enough for one my film. Milk, cutlery, salt and pepper. And there's the milk. So, we await a large breakfast, and it's nice and clean in here, everything's nice and clean. The woman behind the desk was extremely friendly, but I had no idea what I was doing when she helped me. Hi, yeah, right, as I thought, you get enough for one cup of tea. I just took one milk, I was offered two, that's the colour that comes out, a good strong colour. Traditional British colour. Okay, well, I'm still waiting for the grub. Right, and look at what we got. Good separation. First impressions, remarkable value. Second impression, how did hash browns become part of an English breakfast? They're not. Fourth impression, just how friendly the staff are and pleasant and welcoming. Absolutely excellent. As you see, it's not health food. They've got 2 sausages, a mushroom, half a tomato, a hash brown, a fried egg, 2 bits of toast, 2 butters, no marmalade or anything. I guess I should have asked for that. But I'm going to tuck in, and I'll have a chat to you when I get back. I missed a bit there. Bacon, sausage. Down there we have black pudding. Black pudding, it's a blood sausage. So you get all that, £4.10. Excellent. Hi, I'm back. Right. I'm using the AirPods, by the way, to test out when the motorbike gets here, which should be a month or two. I intend to do vlogging on the motorbike, and I want to test out how the sound comes out on YouTube. Although on the motorbike with the helmet, the air wind, what am I talking about? The wind noise might get too much. We'll see. Anyway, I'm back from Morrisons. What is my verdict? Out of 5, I'll give it a 4.5. Easy. Things that really stood out: value for money. Half price, it was £2.70 something, and a pot of tea was £1.25. So the pot of tea, which was 1 mug, cost nearly half as much as the breakfast at these half price prices. Excellent variety of stuff. Another thing that really stood out, 5 out of 5, was the friendliness of the staff. Couldn't be nicer. I've been watching how the place has been run during the epidemic, and I've got to say I'm well impressed. Oh, there's a wasp. Bugger off. Oh, sod off. I've got to say I'm well... here it is, look. He's gone. I've got to say I'm well impressed with the way it's been run. At the moment they've obviously got stock shortages like everywhere else. It's being well disguised. It's just well run, the place. Yeah, staff great, 5 out of 5. I've got to knock half a star off for an overall score. I've got to knock half a star off for, or maybe a star, because the fact is it was cold. It was only just warm, and although the ingredients, the variety of stuff you got, you saw how much you got, represented in English terms, excellent value for money. I mean, that's great, remembering it's half price. It was just cold, you know, it was just barely warm. Tea was scalding hot, but that spoilt it. It needs another minute in the microwave. I don't really have much to say apart from that. Excellent value. Go and get it while you can. Go and get it while we got food, actually, because if you notice in the supermarkets, there's gaps on the shelves and all that. So this is just the beginning. If the government brings in checks, at the moment we're just letting EU goods through the border. Taking back control of the border has been not checking anything that comes from the EU. The government is threatening to bring in checks on, amongst other things, food next month. And already we're seeing these supply chains break down. So what's it going to be like next month? I don't know. Grab it while you can, I would, because this present form, what's going on now, this Brexit and these food shortages and the driver shortages and everything, it's not sustainable. It's a joke. Which is why you see them moaning about, you know, the way the EU is enforcing the deal. Having campaigned to become a third party and to leave the EU, unbelievably, they're complaining that the EU is treating us as a third country. It is so fucking dumb. And all the EU is doing is enforcing the agreement that Johnson signed and proclaimed was a great deal and campaigned on a general election about it being a great deal, and campaigned in the general election about getting Brexit done on these wonderful terms, which he said would involve no checks down the middle of the Irish Sea, and of course that's exactly what's happened. And Brexit was sold on the promise of doing away with all this red tape, and now there's tons more. You know, it's not sustainable. It was all a load of bollocks to begin with, and now reality is coming through. Anyway, this is slower. Johnson's deal is slower than a no-deal Brexit until people really start to wake up and see what's happening, because there's now even talk about bringing in rationing. I know Brexiters are keen on World War II, but, you know, can't you see how idiotic this is? Just how much of a cult it's become. How you have to, even though things are deteriorating physically all around. Jesus Christ, they're dumb. Anyway, I'll see you later.